From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning as the new LALATE is with us as we heat up a big new morning as those Democrats are proposing to get you those big monthly stimulus checks. We'll have new breaking news about why the Democrats are pushing on both the House and Senate side to give you more checks than initially thought. Then we'll cut to the recon, a done deal, $3.5 trillion of checks confirmed are in that recon. They're mostly application-based. I'll go over how you can get those big sums of money and why Purple Hawks will be able to pounce and get that big money across the board. And then we cut to the vote. As within just an hour or a few days, we will have that recon finished with step no 1. Off to step 2. I'll explain all the incredible details across the board. Then we cut to fifth stimulus as the president raises your benefits up lifetime, and then we get the big money across the board. As viewers across the board get big sums of money as they were promised under fifth and fourth stimulus. I have all these details and more as the toast is toasted and the butter is buttering. Let's get to the deliciousness, starting right now, direct and live on the new Mornings LA from Santa Monica, California. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day across the board. In those opening credits, you saw a beautiful beach with a lot of people in the ocean having a wonderful day, but guess what? It's raining. It's raining here in Santa Monica. It never rains in California. It's raining today. And that's why the set looks so good, because that's better lighting, of course, when it's always dark. But how are you? Tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is where you are. In this recording, we're going to go over the real incredible great news as the Democrats, both House and Senate, are pushing to give you monthly fourth stimulus checks. Then in the second half of this video, we'll be going over the recon. $3.5 trillion of checks are confirmed for you in the fourth stimulus recon. The biggest payout we've ever seen in this channel across the board, mostly application-based. Then we cut to the big money across the board as fourth stimulus goes to that final vote. What is happening with that vote? What do you need to know across the board of what's happening then next? Then we'll be going over all the details across the board, and we'll be cutting to the big money that viewers are getting, and you're going to meet one viewer who got over $100,000. Her name is Lorraine, and she follows Mark, who got massive sums of money as well, of all those details. And this is the brand new Mornings LA. How are you? Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. I'm glad to be back with you live from Santa Monica. Coming up next is Noontime LA at 11 a.m. It's a new live show. I don't know if I have time for Mornings Crypto because we're running a little bit late. Then a brand new Afternoons LA at 3 o'clock. It's the all new Afternoons LA. It is great. It just was taped. You're going to love it. And then a brand new Evenings LA at 5 o'clock. The Afternoons LA at 1 o'clock is a replay from a few days ago. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Let's get to all the deliciousness starting right now. House versus Senate, Senate versus House, two different approaches. And now the senators and House members are all speaking out. Let's go over what they have said and who has said what. When you look at the senators, we have Warren, Sanders, Wyden writing the president a letter saying we are demanding monthly stimulus checks. They want them monthly, but they don't say the amount. The next group is AOC and Omar in the House writing the president a letter saying they're demanding monthly stimulus checks, $2,000 a month. Then the next group, of course, is the one we've detailed a lot on this channel. House or Senate, House or Senate. It was this one, the House bill. $1,000 a month after the first month, $2,000. Pandemic plus 1 year. The breaking news is that this morning, Wall Street was shocked by something I ironically had spoken to with a pharmacist on Friday. I said, I have a feeling the CDC is going to announce a new expansion of the booster shot eligibility. She said, I agree. And guess what? It was announced this morning that you can now get the booster shot as an American starting in September if it's been 8 months since your second shot. So get ready. My second shot was in February, so I am coming up on that booster shot in September as well. Who else has talked about multiple stimulus checks or similar? Well, House Ways and Means Committee, which again is House, a subcommittee, has called for a fourth stimulus check monthly, and then a fifth, an amount unknown, and again, they don't give an amount for either of them. And finally, the American petition, which is now approaching 3 million signatures, is demanding monthly stimulus checks of $2,000 a pop. This is why this is really quite interesting, because we have been talking about these sums of monies for a while. What's important to understand is that when we look at the stimulus check amounts, whether we're talking about monthly or whether we are talking about non-reoccurring, we're talking about big sums of money. And ultimately, this is where we're landing. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. Vote in the live chat and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. You're going to see why that House bill actually pays a lot more, because it's based upon a monthly stimulus check. Well, in the second half of this video, we'll be cutting to the $3.5 trillion recon. Now, let's understand the separation here. The recon, one, will pass. Number two, will pass with a $3.5 trillion price tag. And number four, is all checks for the American people. It's confirmed. So there's going to be $3.5 trillion of checks that are application-based for you in the recon, separate apart from the issue of stimulus checks, which we're still trying to push to get in there. If you've been with me since day one, first, second, and third stimulus packages always had application-based stimulus. The first stimulus package, second, and third, was application-based predominantly. Whether you were on SNAP and wanted to get an increase to per PEBT because your child was at home and was eligible for an additional $150 a month, you had to pick up the phone. You had to apply for that. Or you're an employee and you got laid off, you had to apply for PUA or EID or PPP. Most of these items were application-based, and that's why it was never a time to be a donut person on this channel, even though she looks, well, the food looks delicious. It was always an approach for stimulus that you had to apply. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over the incredible great news about what's happening with that recon and the Congress. Why we're just a few days away from a major vote. It's really incredible great news. Then we'll turn to fist stimulus in the third part of this video. But first, let's get some money. Get a pen, paper ready. We're going to get some money for rent, utilities, food, and internet, and more on this brand new Mornings LALATE video and show. It's just a great day. You're going to see all new shows across the board, revamped and redone. Get a pen, paper ready, because I'm going to get you some money for rent, utilities, food, or internet. I had said $4,000 to $5,000 for rent. I was wrong. You wait till you see this deliciousness that Purple Hawks are pouncing getting. Bam. Wow. Elizabeth getting $27,000 for this channel. Look at the excitement. Mark getting $25,000 for rent. He's a Purple Hawk. He told his neighbor, go get the money. Within days, his neighbor went from nothing to $20,000 for rent. $24,000 for Nancy. Richard, $22,000. And Nisi, $20,000. Thank you for the nearly 100 new members joining daily. Let's go over the other sums of money that viewers are getting. And you want to get these items, because if you get one item now, you're ready for fourth stimulus. Pamela tells me she got $12,000 for rent. Carla tells me she got money for utilities and SNAP. Congratulations. Tiffany tells me she got $13,000 for rent and SNAP and also utilities. Randy reveals he got $6,000 for rent and utilities. Jennifer tells me $5,000 for rent. Great job, Jennifer. And some money for utilities and SNAP. And Cecilia tells me $1,200 for HEAP. If you got a success story, send it to me on social media in private message, and I will feature the new viewers. I have a couple that got $14,000 overnight. I'm going to be featuring them tonight on Evenings LA at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, Cecilia got a heap at $1,200. Let's see the other utilities success stories. Wow. Nancy, there's Nancy and Mark again. $7,000 for utilities. Mark, $6,500 for utilities. Pick up the phone and call the utility company. Get this money. It's for you. Angela got $5,000. How about SNAP? SNAP is money for food. What do you get? Department of Agriculture. Are you ready for this deliciousness? Let's see it. Bam. Wow, Louis. $18,000 as a Purple Hawk. What incredible, great a pound of money. John, $10,000 to $12,000. And Nancy, $5,000. Are you ready for the Triple Crown? Are you ready for the people who got 3 items across the board? Here we go. Bam. Whoa, Nancy got $32,000 as a Purple Hawk. 3 items. Congratulations, Nancy. Nisi, 3 items at 23,000. And then we have Mark at $32,000 with 2 items. 2 items. Mark, that graphic was for 3 items. How did you get in that graphic? Well, this is what happened. As I said on the air for 7 days, I said to Mark, you got 2 items at 32,000. Go get the third. It's Snap. It's a Snap. That's why it's called Snap. Go get it. And within just a few days, less than 4 days, he got Snap. How much money do you think Mark got for Snap? Annualized. Snap is a Snap. It pays a lot of money. And before the breaking news that I delivered first anywhere else worldwide on Mornings LALATE this week about what happened with Snap, Mark got $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And this is what we do as Purple Hawks. And this is LALATE. We pounce across the board. We've been doing this since day one, and we're getting massive sums of money. Why? Because this is what we do. On day one, I launched this channel to help people get their EIDL grants and loans approved, and they had applied. They were stalled, but I got them their applications approved. $25 million of EIDL loans approved, saving their businesses' homes, their employees' homes, and their renters' homes. And then in fall 2020, second stimulus checks were not coming at $600. So you pounce. You watch my videos and you learned as a Purple Hawk. Not holding that donut, you pounce as a Purple Hawk, and you got massive payments of rent. $250,000 of rent got paid out to viewers of this channel. Like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston got $15,000 for rent. So get a pen and paper ready right now, because I don't care if you're 60 years old. I don't care if you're 20 years old. You can get this money. I know you can. I have faith in you. We're going to get some rent, utilities, food, or internet, and I know who I want you to be inspired by. I want you to meet her, not on air, but I want you to meet what she did, and I want you to see her success story. Are you ready? Her name is Lorraine, and she got a massive payout we've never seen in this history of this channel. She got over $100,000 from this channel. I'm going to show you how to get this big sum of money starting right now. You're going to reach out to different places, but first, let's go over some introductory remarks. First, you're going to reach out to 6 different places. I'm going to show you 6 different places. Each place has different eligibility, so do not reach out to one and stop. Keep on pushing. Do not just reach out to your city and just sort of stop and say, I called my city, I couldn't find anything. Did you call the state? No, I didn't. Call the 6 places I show you. Number 2, each place has their own eligibility, so keep on reaching out. They also have their own pot of money. Also, each has different eligibility, so don't insert an eligibility requirement in there that is just sort of strange. Like, they don't give checks to people who wear blue shirts in front of yellow surfboards. Excuse me? All right, get that band ready. Here we go. You're going to get some money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. Where are you going to get it? Here are the 6 places. Your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state hall, your state housing authority. You're going to contact all 6 places. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitch's wonderful personality. They don't know that. And if you've gotten rent and utilities, post your success story in the live chat right now. Let's turn to some Snap. Snap is a Snap, and that is why Mark got $19,000 in just a few days. But if you heard it first on this channel on Monday, you heard the excitement. Snap under a normal environment was just paying a certain amount of money. But then Biden and Trump had 2 executive orders that raise your benefits up 15% between now and September. It's expiring. And Biden did it on Monday. He reached out to the Department of Agriculture and said, I want you to change Snap. And they did. On Monday, as announced live on this channel when it happened, Snap is now increased lifetime for everyone on an average of 25% starting in October. Oh my goodness. So Mark, who had gotten $20,000 for Snap, get ready, Mark, because you're going to be looking at about $25,000 for Snap annualized. It's incredible, great news. So where do you get Snap? From Department of Agriculture. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom. Gail got it as well. And how do you get it? Contact Department of Agriculture. How much does it pay? A lot. A family of 4 out of Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000 a year. Why so much money? Because of 2 wonderful executive orders. One from Biden, one from Trump that raise your benefits up 15% between now and December. So go get it. We are only 14 minutes in this video. We're killing it. We got to $27,000 for Snap, for rent, $19,000 for SNAP, $9,000 for utilities, and we're just getting started. The next pile of the money is the money coming back from your states due to overpayment of unemployment benefits. Where's it landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Contact your state to track it. This is the overpayment due to computer error. And when you reach out to them, say, hi, can you track it due to computer error? Oh, sorry, I haven't turned on the computer. I was grazing outside. Sirloin, is that your voice? And then the last part of the money is the money coming back from the federal government. This is the refund check of that 2020 return that you pay taxes on it. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. It's a waivable check. Sorry, Mitch, I know that hurts your ears. The average wave is $1,200 to $1,400. It's still coming this week, every week this summer. So watch for it. But first, here's a personal message. If you're on the live chat and you've not posted success stories for rent, utility, SNAP, please do. Because the spirit of this channel is me helping you and you helping others. When you post your success story, you really inspire other people to get these big sums of money. Because guess what? They never may have thought about these sums of money until they saw this channel. Here's what you need to know is that when people tune in, they realize, wait a second, I never thought of getting my rent paid. I never thought that there was such a thing. I never thought of getting utilities paid. And then a lot of people never heard of SNAP. Larry Maui never heard of SNAP until he found this channel, getting $500 a month now lifetime because of this channel. Number two, viewers like Art Sullivan and Nisi, who are wonderful people, wonderful viewers, they got three items. They inspired Mark to get 3 items and Nancy to get 3 items. And finally, we see the big monies across the board as bigger monies are coming in across the board daily. Let's go over back to those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. And can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript. 70% of the time it will work. And reveal the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid, and then it'll reveal the refund check you're getting, and it'll also reveal stuff that you really just wish you never seen, like Nancy's San Francisco hairstyle stylist style name. Style is question mark. There you go. And can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of your fourth stimulus recon, starting right now, deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you from the American people because of the president's initiative to get the biggest recon out the door that we've ever seen. The recon is $3.5 trillion of checks. It's all checks. It's all for you. And the vast majority of it are application-based. Application-based are incredibly important because these are the biggest payouts we've usually seen. Now, there's still a push to get stimulus checks in there. Let's go over all the details of this starting right now by understanding what is a recon. Well, a recon is checks from the American people, and it's $3.5 trillion of it, which originally had roads and bridges in there, clearly not for you. They took it out and made the recon now passable. A conservative publication confirms my reporting that says the higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out the roads and bridges from the recon, put in the bipartisan, the price tag got smaller. In other words, the recon, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable. And now they're both going to get passed by the U.S. House of Representatives next week on step number 1. Now, what is a recon? Well, recon is just checks. Checks for you, mostly application-based. Still a push on a way to get stimulus checks in there as well. And that recon checks were the thought of House and Senate Democrats. You're only going to hear this on this channel. That the reason why I'm telling you that the recon is going to pass is because they agreed upon the price tag before they started, so it's not like it's a surprise to them. Representative Richie Torres, Ilhan Omar, both Republicans, both Democrats, both House, and both progressive, had fought for the price tag, and now they got it. Richie Torres says we have to have a larger recon. You got it. $3.5 trillion passed. And Representative Ilhan Omar, we have to have a recon that goes as far as we want it. It will pass within just days because this is what they wanted. And the progressives were meeting with the White House daily to ensure they got a big enough recon. The White House told the progressives, protect my recon to ensure that it passes. And Omar and Jalapal, who wrote that monthly stimulus check bill in the House, was told to protect the recon because everything in there is checks for you, progressive checks. The White House considers the progressive priority checks in there their own priorities. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? Let's go over all the details starting right now. A recon refers to the reconciliation. It is all checks for the American people, whereas roads and bridges is not your money. They're two different bodies of law, but the president has made very clear that he has to have both bodies of law in his hands on the desk in the Oval Office for him to sign. To pass, recon is also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. These are checks of all types for you. 3.5 trillion confirmed, coming to the American people. Bipartisan, confirmed, not coming to you. It's all roads and bridges. Who writes the recon? Well, the recon is written by House members. We got 3 bills to do. We got recon procedural, recon substantive, and bipartisan. Recon procedural is basically done at this point. I'll explain to you in a second why. Recon substantive is the next stop. Recon procedural is basically